Hey guys, welcome back to our channel, Funtime Crafts 24/7. Let's make a card together and let's get right into it. We are going to make a rounded corner slimline die card, and with the new, that so cute aquarium stamp set we're all getting for the Stamp and Die Club. If you're in this Stamps of Life clubs at all, the Stamp or Die Hard Club. That thing is so stinking cute. So I thought, hey, let's make a fun ocean-themed card with I have the older fishy stamp sets and stuff. So I thought, oh, dude, that would be really fun. And I wanted to incorporate some cool foiling and blending and all that kind of stuff. So I thought, all right, let's do this. So just using the large die that creates the card base, that gives us the rounded corner. And so you run it through your machine, you end up with this here. And bam, we might need those for later. And here you go, it has a score line in it. Boom, card base done. So now what we need is, I need a layering piece. So then, secondly, out of this set, I'm going to use this layering piece right here. You can actually use this in conjunction with either one of these, and it would give you these nifty, intricate die pieces to layer on top of something. Whether you cut them out in glitter or layered them on glitter, or some kind of ink blending or whatever, they'd be really beautiful. But we're just going to use this. So next I need, and I love this because I can just throw a piece of whole paper. Whole paper on the top of it and go for it. I don't have to worry about cutting it down or anything like that. And we did put these on a little bit crooked so you don't get the speed bumps. And let's see, just gonna run it through real quick. This is the Sizzix Big Shot Plus, which is one of my favorites. That, and if you have really troublesome dies, the Spellbinder's Grand Caliber, that sucker cuts like a dream. It is a beast of a cutting machine. Alright, and there we have this. And this is going to be our background piece. So now we're done with that set. So let me move this over and I'll get back and we'll start ink blending. Okay, so here we go. I got a piece of copy paper here as my scratch paper, and I don't get jankiness all over the table here and have to clean up a bunch of stuff. I got my Distress inks here. Gonna use a blending tool here, and we're just gonna get out some fun little oceany type colors. So let's do a salty ocean, maybe some mermaid lagoon, and maybe some peacock feathers here. And let's just go for it. Start blending them. Now this is gonna get covered up with quite a bit of foiling and other things being layered on the top of it, like the little fishies and some seaweed and things like that. I'm just putting this on here for color after that's going to be behind the scenes there. So let's do some salty ocean and see what that looks like on there. So I'm just going for, I just want color. I just want to get some depth created with these inks on here. And as you can see, I've got little smudges, and I'm going to kind of put some up at the top. And it's not perfect at all because it doesn't need to be for what it is we're actually creating here. I do want this to be a little darker, I'm noticing, so I can have that kind of turquoisey color in there. I really like that. I like how that looks. Let's see what the peacock feathers looks like. I want them a little bit more green too, since we're kind of oceany themed. Oh, that's looking pretty good. And I'm not worried about any of the smudging or anything like that, because we're going to layer it up and you won't even notice it. It will just add to the aesthetics of it. It'll be a hoot. It'll be really fun. And just kind of smushing it around. No particular technique whatsoever. A little more of this, not sure what this is, Mermaid Lagoon is, I guess, our next one we're going to put on there. Obviously there's no rhyme or reason, it's just whatever looks good and that you like. And so here we go. Kind of blend it all up. I like that. I think the layered look there looks really cool. Now this down here, I have some cool Hero Arts embossing powder that looks like sand. I think it's even called sand. So we're going to ink this up with the Versamark ink, and we're going to put that down there. So let's see here. And the other thing I want to do too is I want to go ahead and I want to color some of these strips here, because I'm actually going to just hand cut out some long seaweed, but I want to foil on top of them before I want to put some color on. But since these are all the same height, I'm just going to we're going to cut it out of these scraps. So let's throw some color on these and some varying greens while we're right here with the ink, and then we'll just hand cut them out and put some cool foiling on them. So is there anything called seaweed? That would be awesome. Let's see, evergreen, twisted. Ooh, let's do some bright, like this would be cool. Well, let's see what it looks like anyhow. Ooh, that's kind of fun. That'll pop on the, oh yeah, that's cool. We're doing this one. Maybe we'll even, crinkle this up too. That would be fun to have that as texture. Let's actually see what that looks like. Because a lot of times that will, you know, kind of mimic, the texture of like seaweed and give us a little bit of, now remember we're cutting this out, so don't worry about that. And then these little creases will give us little texture. It'll also variations in our ink. It'll give us depth in our little seaweeds here. Add a lot of fun textural elements to the card. So a little bit of this fun squishiness. That'll be awesome. Maybe we should do, oh, see, it's already looking even more cool. So some of these will probably get cut in half. I know you guys like the process videos. I'm trying to go quickly here so that way it's not too long. So, oh, ripped that one. That's okay. We can glue that. So if you rip it, don't worry about it. See right there? It's at least stuck together by one little tab. So let's crunch this one up too, because I bet we'll use this one as well. It's kind of a medium-sized one after it all got cut apart. So don't worry, we're gonna use some scissors and cut that out. So let's add some more greenish to these, and you know, see, look at that, isn't that cool? And let's see, it's adding a lot of little variations to that, and we're going to even add a little bit of foiling on the top of this. So there we go. And so I'm going to do all the rest of these the same way that I did this, and then I'll show you them as we're putting the rest of the card together. I'll be right back. Okay guys, so here we have them. We have them all inked up now, and so basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to just cut out, I'm just going to cut them and kind of mold them like, you know, kind of cut them like how I would think seaweed would be. So we got a big, because I want long pieces since we're doing a long card that I want to be down in my sand. So let's do this one here. Oh, I hope you guys are. And I'm going to go ahead and cut off the bottom of this one. That's kind of, so I can get some different heights and stuff. So I think I want these coming off. Maybe I want this one a little bit skinnier. Okay, And, okay, there we go. That looks pretty good. And let's see, what can I do? I don't like that one. I don't think I'm going to need all these now. Let's do, let's kind of make a big long one here. What do we feel about this one? Ooh, that's a good one. Look how long that one is. That's a good one. Okay, and maybe we could do this as a... Let's see what we can make with this one. Okay, there we got that one. Oh, that's a pretty good one there too. Cool. So let's put this one on this side. Our little seaweed pile there. So we got a little seaweed there. Got a little seaweed there, and then our little fishies can be in there. And maybe we could just use this little guy. Oh, there we go. Let's cut this one down. I think this is a little bit... I like the variation in the top of it. So let's cut this one a little bit. So there we go there. And maybe... I think that's pretty good there. Okay, maybe just one more, and we can just use one of these guys here. Let's see. Whoops. And then... There, that looks cool. And now we got this one there. Okay, so maybe we'll do it like this and then like this. Okay, so we have some there. Okay, cool. So then we're going to add, let's see. So I don't need any of the rest of these scraps. We're done with that. And now I want to add some foil to these little pieces here. And so I am going to use my... Where is it at? I'm going to use this little pen here. And let's see. I need to prime it, so... Okay, so let's just kind of... I'm just going to randomly add little spots on here. I'm just adding texture to the seaweed to add some interest is basically all we're doing. So we got that one. And then we're going to move these over to dry because we're going to do some transfer gel on our other background and add foil. So there's that one. And I can't honestly see where this is all going, so it's going to be a little bit of a guess. I'm just randomly putting it on there. So let's move this over and let that dry. And then we'll grab our background here, but let's actually, let me throw some of this away and get another sheet of paper. Hold on. So now while those are drying, what I'm going to do is I'm going to add some like wavy layers to this. And what I've done is I've taken this Avery L background dye It's a wave background die. This thing is problematic. I'm just going to tell you right now to cut out. I had to use my Grand Caliber, which cuts out ornery dies on a metal shim, no less. So it's always interesting. It didn't want to cut it out with beans on my Sizzix Big Shot or Big Shot Plus. And so anytime I have a problematic die, they do really well in the Grand Caliber, but on this one even, I also had to add a metal shim. So with that, what I got were these two pieces here. They had the bottom. I just cut like how it is on here. I cut that top piece off because I want to layer them. Since this is a slimline, it won't go the entire way. So I had to cut two out. And then I took my, what I did was, I took my reverse, what are these called? These little clamps, tweezers, my reverse tweezers. And I put this over my trash can and I sprayed pixie spray. You have to shake this up really good, and I sprayed it over it in the trash can so that way it wouldn't get everywhere. And I did it on both of the ones that I cut out. And so what I want to do here is place these on top of my background, and these are cut out of one 10-pound cardstock, and I imagine the Grand Caliber would have cut them out just fine had it been regular cardstock, but I wanted these, since I knew I was using it as a stencil, to be really stiff. So both of these have pixie spray, and I'm just kind of seeing where I want to lay them at, and I'm going to layer them. I should go the other way since this is a slimline. Okay, so let's go ahead and stick this back down. The pixie spray makes it to where nothing moves for the most part. And so now I'm just going to line this up as best I can with, you know, what's on here. So I think this is pretty good right there, and will give me a decent background. And I'm only going to go to the bottom of where the blue is here, because this, like I said, I'm going to Versamark ink that up and put the sand embossing powder there that I got from Hero Arts. But this is all going to be really cool foiled transfer gel in like 3 colors. So we're using this transfer gel duo because it dries and I can just use pressure. So basically take this out. You just need a little bit. You don't need a lot. You're not going for, on this method, you just want it on there. You're not going for texture or anything like that. You just want to get it on there so that way it adheres to it. The foil adheres to it. And making stencils with your background dies is a super fun way to extend your die use. You don't have to just use it specifically for one thing, which is fun. That is super fun. So almost done here. Just getting it on here. And this is going to be cool. I think this is going to be pretty fun. I hope this is going to be pretty fun. Okay, so we got that. So let's peel it off and let this dry. And since these are cardstock, I can just actually throw them out. I don't have to worry about it. So let's peel it off. Oh, how cool. Hold on. There we go. How fun. Look at that. Isn't that going to be neat? And let's see. I don't want my background to stick, so I'm going to move it over to a clean piece so it'll have less of an option to stick. How's that? Okay, so let me wash this up. I'll be back. Okay, guys, so the next step is figuring out what to layer on top of our fun little background here. And what I've decided is I'm going to stamp out these 3 fish from the Stamps of Life Fish to Stamp set. I'm going to stamp out this little starfish a couple of times from the Dolphin to Stamp set. That one there, that's a super cute one too. I'm going to use this anchor out of the sailboat to stamp set. And then out of this, I'm going to use that little submarine out of the Hero Arts. Deeply in Love stamp set is what that one's called. And I think we might use this one. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. How cute is that? And I might even do that little crab. How cute. Okay, anyways, so I'm going to stamp these out and I'm going to color them. I'm not going to show that process just because there's no need. I'm very minimal at coloring, and there's so many other people that are way better at that than me. I mean, Danya's Doodles, go there if you want to see some pretty awesome techniques on how to color. But let me get these stamped out and colored, and I'll be back. Okay, so there we have it. I have all the images. I colored them, and then I went ahead and I cut them out with my scan and cut. That was by far the easiest than using all the dies separately and yada yada, because this was so much quicker and I could do other things while it was doing all the cutting out. And I don't know if I'm going to use them all the images, but they came out super cute. I think they came out really cute. So there we have it. We've got our little submarine, little orange fishy, a little pink fishy, a little purple fishy, our 2-star fish, some rocks, a little anchor there, and a little crab. And I think we'll definitely be able to utilize this stuff. So let's go ahead and figure out our foil here. And this is just trying to maneuver the camera around so that way I can work a little easier, but you guys can still see. And so here it is. This is the transfer gel, and it feels like it's good to go, but I don't know. I think let's let this dry just a little bit more, and we'll while this is drying a little more, we'll go ahead and see about burnishing some foil onto the seaweed here, and see what these look like. Hopefully they come out pretty good. I'm going to use this Glimmer Hot Foil in the emerald facets and see what it looks like. It's kind of a green holography color, and I think it'll be really cool. I'm just going to go ahead and use just a little piece, because we only have little strips of little like spots of glue, so we can just burnish it on real easy and that sort of thing. So let's just cut a piece off here, and we can always get more. And a bone folder to burnish it on with, and see what happens. Let's just go ahead and oh, that's adding texture. Oh, cool. Oh, that's fun. Just a little glimmer here and there. How cool is that? It's adding, it'll add to the motif of the whole thing. It'll add a really nice touch, little sparkle, little shimmer here and there. And, oh yeah, look at that. That is cool. A little textural element. That's the thing about this stuff. You want to make sure you're on a place that has some foil. Oh, cool. Just a little here and there. Make a pretty shine. There we go. Look at that. Oh, does it need some more? Oh, there we go. Apparently I needed more there. So let's see about this here. Oh. Let's go there. Oh, look how fun that is. See, so when you have a spot that you know, it's not that big of a deal when you know it needs some foil on it, you can just use a different part of it until you get enough to cover the whole spot. It doesn't ruin it or anything. We're just adding a little bit more texture and another visual element to this really fun project we're creating here. So let's see what we can get off this little section here and use up the rest of this foil piece. Move it around a little. Oh, look at that. Okay, that added a ton. Okay, now let's okay, so our seaweed's done to go over there with those little elements. Now let's just go ahead and figure out what we want to do for hang on one sec, I was putting this away and it kind of got cattywampus, and you don't want to store it where it's wrinkled or anything. You want it to stay smooth and even and nice. Otherwise it puts creases in the foil and it comes off and stuff. So okay, so I think let's just go ahead and cut strips of, I have a blue, a dark blue, I have this kind of a teal blue color, and I have no, I'm going to use this glimmer, this little shimmery glimmer, and I'm just going to cut strips. So I'm going to cut strips to go across. I'll show you what it looks like before I put it through the machine, and then we'll run it together. Just one sec, let me cut them apart. Okay, so basically what I did was the length of the foil, I cut off a strip about, well, I cut off a strip about this wide. I just guessed on them, and then I cut them in half so that way I could put multiple layers down, because they're about the same width as this. And except the glimmer wasn't as long, so I left them. I cut 3 of these. I left them the width of the little roll there. So I think what I'm going to do is start at the top there, and oh yeah, okay. Let's see. Go there. Oh, they have to be right on the edge, or it's not going to be. Yeah, I need to make sure I get something there. So let's do that. Let's do the turquoise again. Oh, why does this seem small? Huh. Well. Oh, and this one. Oh, because these are not as long as the other ones. Okay, well, lesson learned. Don't do that. Make sure you have a long enough piece. So, let's just grab a little piece of this really fast. Hope for the best. Hey, that looks pretty good. Whoops. Twist it back up, slide it back in. Put that in there. Okay, and what other? We needed turquoise. And then, well, that'll give me an opportunity to cut a piece there too, so that way that doesn't look jinky. So that's totally cool. Let's see. You have to make sure too that you're just getting one piece at a time. So we're just going to cut a little piece off like that. And then hopefully that will be good there. Yep, that fits there. And then this other one we can just pop up here. Okay, so now that we got our foil on there, let me get the die cut machine, and then we'll run it through, and that's what it looks like there. So one sec. Okay, so here I still have it on that piece of paper. I just ripped the edges off so it'll fit through the machine on a piece of copy paper, because, you know, more little paper shims, it just adds pressure and makes a better transfer of the foil. Top plate with the copy paper on it on top, and then we're just going to run this through. Try to go a little bit slow so I don't shake you guys to pieces. And back for good measure. And let's see what we have here. Gosh, where can I? We'll just move that over here. And we'll see what this looks like. Whoops. Okay, so let's see how we did with our foiling. Must have had a little bit of seepage underneath. Oh, or I wonder if it just wasn't dry. Oh, wow. Well, that did not go according to plan. Wow, that's quite the bummer. Oh yeah, the whole thing's stuck. Huh, well that did not go according to plan. It is very pretty. I was hoping actually for a little more background than that. I think I had a bit of seepage under my cardstock stencil that I used. So let's see. Well, let's see if we can salvage it, because it is pretty. And now you know how things can go awry. So yeah. Wow. All right. Well, let's just see what happens. Let's just try to gain something from this experience, as far as let's see, which is funny because then that'll probably also determine placement of a few things as well. I think I'm gonna leave it like this. I really like that, how this looks. So I think I'm gonna leave these and just glue them down here. And then what I want to do is I want to ink up the bottom with the Versamark ink. And so let me grab my art glitter glue to get the little stems down here kind of glued on here. Is that... I don't know, that might be too many. It's kind of covering up more of the background than I really want. Let's see. Maybe I want this. Oh, I kind of like this longer one here. Let's... I think I like that maybe a little bit better. I think I like that maybe a little better. Maybe we're gonna stack it. Oh, there we go, maybe. I think maybe we'll do something like that. Especially for the little, what we got going on. Let's see. This will look like it's down in the sand. And because we're gonna put the sand on down there. So let's see, these are our rocks. We know this has to go at the bottom. Our little crab we know we want at the bottom. Let's see. It's kind of hiding down in there. Let's see. Our little crab could be like that. Our little crab. Yeah, and then we'll kind of do something like that. And then the little starfish. And then where do we want our fish? Maybe up. Maybe up. And what about that? That's kind of fun. And then we could put our little sentiment right there. And I found one that says seize the day. So I think I'll print that out on a little tag there. And we'll put that down there, and then I'll trim that off. So let me glue these little, let me actually finish putting on the stuff here. And I think that's actually going to come out pretty darn fun. So in spite of the background, see? Boom, not what I thought it was going to be, but still looks cool nonetheless. And so let me go ahead and do the sand at the bottom here and arrange these things on here, and then I'll show you what it looks like. Okay, so I was going to show you how we do this, and this is all I'm going to do is just squish this over the whole bottom, basically hope I got that covered, and it looks like it's pretty good. I could always go back over it if it's not. And then I'm going to shake this out onto the bottom of it. Doesn't that look like sand? Isn't that cool? This is the Hero Arts sand embossing powder. Whoops. It came in a kit one time. A really beautiful beachy kit. Gosh, a few years ago. Oh, whoops. Maybe we should put this back. And, but super fun. Whoops. Okay, and then, actually, let's leave this open. And we'll heat emboss this. Oops. Oh, man. Well, here. Let's heat emboss it real quick. Well, let me just heat this up with my, I'm just going to use a Wagner embossing tool real quick. Well, here. We got to let it, warm up real fast. I'm trying not to blow this stuff everywhere. Alright. Isn't that cool? Oh, let's let that cool off really quick. Oh. I blew some of the sand up on the top there. But that's okay. So there we go. That's look at that. Doesn't that look like sand? Isn't that neat? Okay, so let's let that cool off for a second, and I'll clean this up and get this put away, and I'll be right back. Okay, so here's my project. Here's where we are so far. And the only thing I need left is to put a sentiment on it. And I was going to put, I really want to put, happy birthday on here. But this one is just with this one here, or seize the day. But I really want to go with happy birthday, so this wasn't working for me. But I do have this minis for 4 circles from Stamps of Life, this little sentiment, and I found a happy birthday one in there. And I thought, wouldn't it be fun if we could do a little flag coming off the back of our little submarine that said happy birthday right there. So I think you don't really need a, you don't really need a stamp or a die for that. We could just make our own. Let's go down here where we have plenty of room. And do we like that? No. Oh, it's a little paper among friends, right? This is a scrap. Okay, so let's actually let's get a fine liner. Okay, so we have this twin tone Tombow marker here, and I thought, okay, so we're gonna go that way. I wonder if we can. I wonder if we could flag it like that. Let's cut this out. Let me hand cut this out and I'll be right back. Oh, actually, what if we color the little pole in? Hey, that's a little better. There. I like it. Okay, let me cut this out and I'll be right back. Okay, so there we go. We got it all cut out. And now I just want to fiddle around with where it's going to go. Oh, I think that'll be perfect right there. That'll be perfect. I think that'll look pretty darn fun. And it'll look like it's coming up the little submarine there. And so I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut the tail just a little bit long here. Because I think I can sneak it under. At least we'll see if we can anyways. Use the tip of our little scissors here and maybe... Nope. You are going to get nothing. So we are going to have to... Oh, that looks pretty cool though. Hey, we could just do that. We'll just glue it right there. Okay. So let's pop some glue on there. And then I believe that finishes up this card. Come on, little buddy. There we go. Okay. So right there. Haha, how cute is that? Isn't that the cutest? Okay, so there we have it. There's our fun little fish-themed ocean birthday card. And I think that came out pretty fun. Oh, I did use some Posca paint pens on the little dots on this little fish. I outlined this one in a purple. And then this little fish up here, I actually used this pink one and shimmered over all of that. All of the little dark pink areas, the lips, the little fin, and the top and the tail down there. And thought that added quite a bit. Oh, and then I took this little pink one and I added it to the crab's little claws and the little round balls on his feet. So there we go. Thanks for hanging out and making a card with me. You guys have a great rest of your weekend. Okay, bye-bye.